ready? Hello everyone, it's David and Daisy, and we're out on another adventure. Hey Daisy, hey. Now she's not gonna look at me. She's embarrassed, ain't you? You embarrassed, Daisy? We haven't been out on an adventure in over a year. Let me explain why.
Hello everyone, my name is David Hayden. I'm originally from Mississippi, but moved to Colorado after Hurricane Katrina, where I took up backpacking. And I've been a backpacker for many years and love the outdoors. But getting older, I now realize that climbing up and down these hills of Colorado with a backpack on is not as easy as what it used to be. So in 2021, I bought the Runaway Camper, the Cool Camp. My dog Daisy and I have had a lot of adventures and a lot of fun with the Cool Camp, trying out new experiments, new cooking procedures, new everything. We're about to embark on a new journey, and we invite you to come along with us.
Daisy, this is a little bit of change of scenery from our opening shot, isn't it? Are you glad to be back in Colorado? Oh, I am. Yeah, it's a change of seasons too. You get to walk around on the ice. Yep, I see you found you a stick, but you can't get it. Okay, hold on. Let me just get one more little bit of this river. We up here at the Poudre River. One of our favorite places to come. And then I'm going to do some talking. I got some explaining to do. Okay, I know everybody's wondering, Dave, where have y'all been? It's been over a year since you've made a video. Well, in the opening shot, I said something, you know, I don't rehearse these things. I just turn the camera on and say whatever comes to mind. I believe I said we haven't been on an adventure in over a year. That's not entirely true. We were on many adventures. Okay, so I said I have some explaining to do, and everybody's wanting to know where we have been. But before I do that, let me thank all the new subscribers. You know, I get these notifications from YouTube about somebody has subscribed to the channel. And they kept sending them to me, even though Daisy and I have not put out a video in over a year. And they kept coming. I at first I thought, what's wrong with these people? But it kept happening. And then one day, I get an email from them that says, congratulations, you have enough subscribers to fill a jumbo jet. I'm going to put a screenshot or two of that in here. So sure enough, I checked the channel, and wow, we have topped 500 subscribers. You know, if you've watched all of my videos, or the majority of them at least, you know I will say, I never thought that would happen. This just started off as something I was doing for my family back in Mississippi. And people like it. So thank you to all the new subscribers, and a very, very heartfelt thank you to all of my old subscribers, if you will, that hung in there with me. You know, some of you had sent me comments. Oh, I'm trying to change the angle now. Sent me a lot of comments asking, Dave, are you okay? And more importantly, is Daisy okay? Yes, we're alive and well. And we're back in Colorado. Let the adventures continue. Okay, so like I said, thank you to all the new subscribers. Very special thank you to all the older subscribers that's hung in there with us. As some of you may know, and I guess some of you newer ones may not know, one of the reasons that we've been gone for so long is Well, I work offshore in the Gulf of Mexico on a boat. I'm going to put in a few little shots that I did while I was at work. The audio will change because I'm going to have to narrate what's going on. Obviously, I can't do it from out here, but but I'll show you a little bit about my job, and just so you know, that keeps me away for 6 months out of the year. So I really only have 6 months out of the year to even come and do this.
So usually when I tell people that I work offshore, they assume I work on an oil rig. I do not. I work on this boat right here, the Grant Candies. Someone had brought a drone out and took some shots of us next to the rig doing our work. This is one of the survey guys. He kind of tells us where to go, and he's got more screens than NASA. But this one right here is basically he's observing what the ROV is seeing so he can monitor the progress of the work being done. The red lights in the wheelhouse, this is where we drive the boat from. In fact, I'm about to show you the DP station. The computer is basically holding the boat in place so that the ROV can get in the water and do its job. But the red lights don't affect your night vision. As you can see, it is dark outside. I work at night. And here is one of the ROVs in the water. In fact, it's about to come up. It's got to swap out some tools that it uses. You're going to see, yeah, here it comes. You're going to see the top part of it come out of the water first. That's called the TMS, the Tether Management System. And then the yellow part of it is the ROV itself, the submarine, if you will. And that's what actually detaches from the TMS and then goes down and does just various types of jobs.
Daisy, don't get too close to the edge. Ooh, you make me nervous. Hey, get on back over here. All right, so now we've showed you just a little bit of what I do at work. It's a lot of fun, and I do enjoy the 6 months a year of being off. Being gone for 6 months out of the year is kind of tough, but it pays the bills. So now, on with the explanation of where we've been. So as I mentioned in the introduction, we're originally from Mississippi and of course moved to Colorado. We've been in Colorado for, I don't know, 18 years now. But our oldest son, for a job, by the way, moved back to Mississippi, which we was okay with that, but he took his wife and our 2 grandkids with him. Can't blame him for that. Well, my wife wasn't having nothing to do with the grandkids being 1,500 miles away. So we loaded up the little darling and went to Mississippi. So in the introduction, I mentioned that the channel kind of started off as a hiking channel, if you will. I was doing a lot of backpacking and really enjoyed that. And the subscriber rate was very minimal, mostly family members, because that's who I primarily made the videos for. Well, when I got too old to carry that backpack up and down these Colorado mountains, I bought in 2021, I bought the Cool Camp. And the channel really took off. Everybody loves the Cool Camp, including me and Daisy. Yeah, so we got down to Mississippi. Had a power pole put in on my wife's mother's property and kind of just wound up staying. The idea was, you know, like I said, I go to work for a month at a time. The idea was my wife was just going to stay for about a month or a little over, and you know, while I was at work. And then after I got off, we would load up and go back home. That should be enough visiting. We wound up staying for over a year. So during that year, when I would be home or off of work, just sitting in the backyard in the camper, which actually kind of felt like camping to me. I'd still build a fire every night and grill out, and I don't know, it was just like camping, only in the backyard. A lot of people do that. But we got bored with that occasionally, or I did at least, and would find a campground nearby, and we would load up in the Little Darling and just go camping for a few days. And like I said, the subscriber rate of the channel never really took off until I got the Cool Camp. So I had this idea in mind that because we're off in the Little Darling, my subscribers are not going to want to see that. They want to see the Cool Camp. And I don't know, a couple of my regular subscribers, regular viewers, would message me occasionally and ask where we was at, what we were doing, where's the next video. And I kind of explained that to a few of them, that, well, we're off in the other camper, and I didn't think anybody would want to see that. And they wrote back, the camper doesn't matter. We want to see Daisy. Yes, make a video. So I'm probably going to wind up narrating this again, but I'm going to show you some of the things that we did while we was off in Mississippi and a little over in Alabama in the Little Darling. This very first picture that I'm going to show you of the Little Darling is when we drove from Colorado to Florida to pick it up. What a trip. And this is our very first night in it, in Gulfport, Mississippi, on the way back to Colorado. Our trip in August of 2023 started here in Lusk, Wyoming, and we drove from there to Mississippi. Here's our setup once we got there. It felt like we were in the woods. To the left behind the camper, you can see the power pole that I mentioned, and even though these next few photos that I'm going to show are not of the trip from Colorado to Mississippi, because I really did not even take any. But these are some of the adventures that we have been on in it. As you can see, there's quite a few of them. And what you don't know is there's quite a few more. They'll be coming up in upcoming videos. So you might be asking yourself, well, Dave, if y'all basically moved to Mississippi and your son moved to Mississippi for a job, how did you wind up back in Colorado? Well, you know, there's a silver lining in every cloud. A blessing in disguise to me and my wife, at least. My son, not so much, but the job didn't work out. And it turns out that the general consensus was, it's hot in South Mississippi. Man, the heat index during the summer was like 118 degrees. I was out in the yard walking around barefooted one day, and the grass was burning my feet. It's so hot. So the job did not work out, unfortunately. That's a long story. I won't go into that. And they decided to move back to Wyoming, where it's a little bit cooler. So now they're only 2 hours away from Fort Collins. So we're back home and glad to be here. Look at Daisy over there. Daisy, you just chilling in our big spacious spot. Daisy, are you shivering? Come on now. It's just a little afternoon thunderstorm. Me and my brilliant ideas. Let's go tent camping in the South. Daisy, I want you to take a look at where this road is taking us. kind of hard to drive and video at the same time, but this thing is taking us down in the canyon. I mean, we going down. I sure hope there ain't a river down here like in the Grand Canyon. We in the car.